Doug's first changes. And I did get Hildryn, by the way. Barrow is here, and I was going to run a Barrow stream like I usually did, but he really has a terrible inventory here. An amazing weapon. I only just got it from him, so yeah, we're not going to be using that for the stream since we're not going to be doing Hydron. However, we do have quite a few things to check out. We do not have the Tatsu yet. Where is it? Yeah, the Tatsu is the new two-handed katana that was added into the game. The first melee Quanto rollout. I don't know. Some people like it, some people don't, but at the end of the day, some people say you can make it good, but at the same time, is it really a melee weapon you can't make good at this point? So we're going to be using Redeemer there. And, I mean, for primaries, I'm just going to run Tigris Prime for the distraction. If I have any problems with the enemy, I'm just going to switch to Tigris Prime. Actually, no. What about a Super Vandal? Yeah, I don't have a good build with this thing even, but I just thought it would be more of a fun weapon to use. Let's see, okay. This can work. And we're obviously going to be using the new Warframe. I did craft Rhino back, which is why I used number 1, but not even most played. But yeah, this is the new Warframe Hildryn. Now, she's, like, I don't know if I can say she's good, but at the same time, I can't say she's bad. Fine support, really nice tankiness, and generally fun to play. Her exalted weapon is very powerful, however, I do think it does need the 3 base elemental stats, IPS, because only having a certain element type, corrosive in this case, is strong, but it's not really good against other factions, especially against Corpus. And then we're going to be running the loops, our faithful Kavat. I don't think there's any changes I'm going to make to the board for now. I don't worry about duration with Hildryn, since I don't actually think that affects anything with her. Yeah, there is a new ability screen, mind you. I actually think the duration kind of makes Shoot Pillage a little better. And yeah, the negative strength isn't that good for Exalted, but not like we really want to work on Exalted a lot. Oh, and then we have the new ability screen, which is really awesome. Not just can you see all the abilities here along with a video of each one of them, but you can actually see a lot of tips. These tips are really good, by the way. Not of someone like Hildryn, but yeah, some of these are interesting. For example, while Hildryn has any amount of overshields, status effects will be prevented, which is something I actually didn't know until now. And if you, so shield capacity, multi shield recharge, they give a lot of really good tips now, and I think especially for newer players, this is going to be a very nice change. However, I do still think they need to make leveling and modding a little better for new players, but here's how it is. Okay, why is my frame rate on like 13? Okay. We're going to be going out on the Orb Vallis to do the new event in Buried Depths. As you can see, I already got the rewards. However, there is still the Opticore Vandal at level at 100 points, which I really want. However, it might take a while, like a really long time, since this event isn't easy. So we're going to the Orb Vallis. We're doing it solo, because not just do I lag a lot on public, as well streaming, but host migrations reset your canister, basically meaning you lose out on up to 3 points at a time, which is really not nice, and it just totally ruins the game. Sometimes people are just leaving, sometimes they're stupid, sometimes someone picks up the canister and don't even have an arc wing deployer and accidentally drops it. So, yeah. I think if you're doing this with friends, it might be good. Don't really make it that much faster, but don't do it public. Okay. So first off for the event, you want to go to the Temple of Prophet. I think this might be a cool-ish area to show off Hildryn's abilities. So, okay, the ability icons haven't loaded. Anyway, though, so this is Balefire, Hildryn's signature. Well, not really signature, Larkspur's are signature, but this is our Exalt weapon, R1. As you can see, it doesn't really take off a lot of shields at hit, and it has a pretty good area of effect. You can also charge up the shots. However, then it kind of makes you slow for a little while after using it. Hildryn also has this really cool custom dodge, which you can use to dodge into enemies to get shields, I believe. Pretty cool. The environment then adds it to Hildryn. If you have max shields, or just a lot of it, it's going to turn into over shields, and basically also meaning you are going to get your status effects removed. Next is Haven. Now, Haven, what it does is it links with either you or an ally. Well, sorry, it can only link to allies and enemies, and if you use it, it will generate overshields for allies, but it will increase their max shields while the ability is active. Then while you deactivate the ability, it's going to turn into overshields. Now, the problem I have with this is, as you can see, the drain if you have it on a friend is like 1 shield a second. However, on an enemy, basically, look, what is the new ability screen changed? Yeah, it's in-game. Okay, that's cool. Now, as you can see, yeah, the drain is going to be 30... those shoot pillage... Wrong ability. Haven. Yeah, the drain is 6.25 per enemy and 1 point... Okay. As you can see, these guys, let's quickly shoot pillage their shields. Let's use Haven. No. Haven is pretty good against these guys. They're not really strong, but... just being able to deal with them so easily is a really nice thing to be able to do. Since they do affect slashes. Over there you can see a few attack drones. And next up, our ultimate, Acre Storm. Go into flight mode. You can still do your dodge thing in it. It does cost a little energy though. Hello enemies. Bye enemies. You can only use your exalted weapon in your ultimate. Some people see this to be pretty bad. Me on the other hand, I think if you could use normal weapons, not just with that, really break certain animations. But it would also just be way too overpowered, since you're basically having invincibility along with really good crowd control. And yeah, as you see, well, I still have so much shields because not just do I have fast deflection for the recharge. Oh, okay, there's a fracture, let's mark it. But we also have just the really high ability efficiency. The reason I'm running efficiency, by the way, now I know a lot of people say strength for Hildryn is key. It's gonna make you see your pillage gets more back, and it's also gonna make Haven stronger and your weapon stronger. Now, yeah, I agree with that. However, would you rather be in your ultimate for 3 minutes at a time, or would you only be for 1 minute at a time and have a slightly more effective ability that you can't even use in your ultimate? Sure, David, you can't use it in your ultimate, by the way. That would be too broken, since every time you use it, a lot in the right situation, you get around 4,000 shields for free. And if you can use that in your ultimate, where it's constantly draining. Okay, so here you can see that for some reason has a voice, freaks me out. We go to it, I kill the spider. These do have a chance to drop the new mod, but it's 0.86. Wouldn't recommend farming for it like this. I would recommend it if you have a necros or something. Then you pick up the canister and go to the fracture. Now, one thing I want to say is that the canister, you can use it up to 4 fractures. When it's finished, you get extra free points, and you get 1 for each fracture you close. If you put it at a fracture, aka those orange things, and then you're going to start a 2-minute defense. It's pretty hard. Enemies are very challenging, level 45s, and they spawn incredibly strong and fast. Oh dear. No, some spoilers. Yeah, their faces do open. I'm sorry for the people I spoiled that for right now, but yeah, there isn't really a way to stop that. So, also, the closer you get to the ground, the higher the range is for your ult. No, yeah, you can sure just like stay in your ult for 3 minutes, 2 minutes, but that'd be kind of boring. I like to shoot at least every now and then. Yeah, the damage that is supposed to be inflicted by stuff like the ultimate are really non-existing. However, since I do have a lot of range does afflict the splash damage of your balefire, which is your exalted weapon. That is awesome, since you effectively have a worse static core with infinite ammo that you can use in your ultimate. Well, a little more range, well, a lot more range than static core. That's actually, I actually think this is even more range than the pre-nerf static core. Now, as you see, no shields. Now, energy orbs do let the shield charge process go up. Okay, we're getting hit. Let's just, yeah. And I find that to be awesome, since your ultimate makes it so that damaged enemies do have a pretty big chance to drop the shield orbs, and shield orbs are so important for when your shields run out. Also, you can see the regenerating shields because of the arcane ages. They're so important. They're just a way to instantly get back all your shields if you get quite a few at a time. And also, I would like to talk about Hildryn's passive, shield getting, which is so good. Whenever you lose your shields, and your shields were maxed out for some time, you're going to see, like, the shield is gonna have, like, electricity around it. And the electricity is there because that just shows that shield getting is currently active. Now, let's say my shields reach 0 from other abilities or so on. Enemy damage. Sorry. And then, we're actually going to have a 3-second long invincibility that procs, and in that invincibility we can get our shields to regen, and if our shields reach max again, then we can use shield getting again. So, a very popular thing people like to do is just don't get a lot of shields, and it's shield getting proc, since whenever you're going to take a lot of damage, it will only deal damage to your shields, take it all away, and then instantly regens again, and you're invincible for a few seconds. Now that is very similar to Wukong's DeFi, however, there are a few problems. First thing, nightmare missions, if they no shield modifier, you're dead. And secondly, status effects do posh Hildryn's shields. Not with overshields, but with her normal shields, which you'll have most of the time if you're using abilities or that build. Yeah, status effects like a slash or toxin will be the end of you. Okay, now as you see, that was very easy with the high amount of crowd control we had. A lot of people, well, for the first 50 points, I actually used Frost. Frost is good. He's really good for this. Gara, I also used a little bit. I might return to her. And further, any Warframe that's really good for defense. Because remember, if the enemy hits the canister just a few times, you're dead. But, okay, no. I don't want the data mass. I actually want to get the canister. As you can see, kind of food up now. Now we search for a second fracture. Is that a fracture? No, that isn't. That is, however. Okay, yeah, that was 1 point. We have to get 100 points. This is really terrible grind. For the reward it gives, I mean, it's one of the best weapons in the game, along with a weapon slot and a catalyst, and as well as the amalgam mods with that, and a sigil and some things you can put on your shoulder. That's really good, but for a lot of people that don't like the Vandal because it kind of ruins the purpose of the normal Opticore, you're literally just gonna stop at 50 points, since the rewards from then is just a thing you put on your chest and a really okay-ish weapon for many. Since if you don't know, the normal Opticores like that, the weapon. You one-shot, it's a charged weapon, it takes like 2 seconds to charge up, then one-shots everything in the game. Vandal, on the other hand, only takes half a second to charge up, but does less than half the damage. And along with a quicker reload speed and everything, it technically means, yeah, the weapon's a lot more practical, but do you want to turn would you rather turn a impractical weapon into a practical weapon, or keep a weapon impractical, but make it so strong and nothing can stop you? Okay, as you see, we have invincibilities, because our ultimate literally just ran out. We have invincibility, we did not get a shield orb instantly, but oof, look at that regen. I cast it again. Unfortunately, I do have bad news for everyone who doesn't get a lot of platinum from trading or anything. You cannot currently get Hildryn on console. You can only get her from either platinum or for the gates that are going to lock up in a while. They've locked up on PC. You have to do a boss fight. I'm not going to spoil the boss fight. But what I'm going to say is, yeah, basically the community had to do an event to unlock a boss fight. And that boss fight awards Hildryn parts. Now, the boss fight didn't come with the update that is currently on console. It came with the one afterwards. So, I mean, yeah, you choose. If you want to buy Hildryn, I'd say it's worth it. Since she's not, like, the most expensive. It's 325 flat, 325 flat, but... yeah... I don't know, really good Warframe, especially for this event. Okay. Enough about that. If you're wondering why my weapon is getting orange crits, that's not because it's a crit weapon. Please don't think so. It's my cavat, my loops I have right here, which is doing really makes me a lot stronger. Now, by the way, the double resource weekend is starting quite a lot later today, meaning that for the entire weekend, we're going to be getting double the resources from literally everything. Meaning, yeah, double Kuva, the double drops, once again, double everything. Yeah, double everything is really good in a game that is all about grinding. I think that's very obvious. Let's use Shield Village. Okay, there we go. Now that we're at our shields. I should actually just use that a little more, since all I'm doing is just spamming my ult to my first ability. Second one. Another thing I want to tell you, guys, would you be interested in seeing me play Brawlhalla content? Now, I understand there aren't any person viewing the stream currently, and that's rightfully so, since I don't think really I've kept an audience after the lot of weeks I've been missing. Sorry about that, by the way. My explanation and excuse for why I was gone, the power goes off around 4 hours at a time here, and yeah, I can still stream for 2 hours. We do have power, but I choose not to, since I usually either play online with friends or do other stuff. This has nothing to do with the event, by the way. These are just the fugitives. I want to capture them, since there are a lot of nightwave standing. And, you know, nightwave standing is pretty important. Even though you don't really need it, since it's only a little bit, you do get extra because it's the event in Ord Vallis, but let's say you get actually, how much do you need to get? Yeah, you're gonna need the spawns to happen like 40 times for a level up, and 40 times for only one level. That does seem quite a lot. However, since they're just gonna spawn while you're playing randomly, let's say sorry, people talking, so I can't concentrate now. And let's say you play every mission, you play 80 missions in a week, and in 40 of those 80 missions, they actually spawn. That means every week it's an extra tier. If it's in the Orb Vallis, however, normally it would be a lot more, since, you know, they give extra standing just because of the Bird Depths event. Now, in general, I think the way that you earn Nightwave standing normally is way too slow, and it's so dependent of challenges. I think alerts were better, just because, you know, if you were a newer player and you did an alert, like let's say you were low on credits for Alward and you didn't know a good place to farm, or didn't have good gear or any necros, then you can do an alert to instantly get quite a few of that resource, even though they were random. You did an alert for a little bit of that resource, and then you had it. It was instant, and you got what you wanted. With this new system, however, I hate how if you get the Warframe, which is supposed to be like the thing to replace alerts, since all the alert rewards and more you can get for Warframe, you only get it around every 5 levels, and when you get it, it's so little, and the only thing that's worth it to buy with it is Nighttime Extract, since it's every tier up, it's just 15 free Nighttime Extract, and since you basically can't get it anywhere else, you know, yeah, you're kind of forced to get it. That is terrible design in my opinion, since now the other alert rewards and auras, it's either you miss out on a lot of Nighttime Extract, or you just don't make use of the new system. And if you don't have those things yet, potentially lose out on a lot of things and a lot of builds later in the game. Wait, oh, that's sick. I can go to operator while my Hildryn's busy doing that. Oh, okay, I just noticed that, and that is literally one of the coolest things. Ah! Oh, no. Okay, what just happened? I think our canister's gonna die. No. Shoot, police, work! Why are you not working now? Now's not the time. Night spiders. Spiders are literally gonna be the death of me. Okay, that's it. Okay, one spider dead. Is there any other annoying spider? Huh? Yeah. Now you're gone. Yeah, you better run. You better. I don't know how I didn't die there, and I'm sorry for asking. Okay, my retarded cat is down again. Yeah, I think Loops is just dying so much now because of what the spot. Okay, yeah, it's a car. Yeah, I can't hit it. Okay. Maybe when fighting against Corpus, I shouldn't have gone for radiation. That would have maybe increased my damage again. That is your destroyed. Okay. I quickly have to. My health, by the way. I quickly have to find out what is the thing that destroyed my canister, since I was doing everything I could. But what is it? Was it you? Okay, that just set back my progress so much. Let's revive loops. Because you see, that was gonna be my third thermia. So, it's gonna be my third point. However, no, since, you know, I gotta have fun things. I was now gonna be able to complete the canister, meaning I just, lost on 4 points of the completion reward. I don't know, I think I'm really losing my willpower for this, to grind this event. It's the maximum annoyance and, time consumption for a average weapon that you'll be able to get in the future again. I don't even use normal opticore. And I'm pretty sure, if you just put a, Vol acceleration opticore, turns it basically into the opticore Vandal, but a little better, since you only have 15% decreased damage, but a lot of fire rate still. It's not as much, but it's kind of like a light version of the opticore Vandal. The Vandal just has, slightly better crit stats, and no need for fire rate mods. Now that I'm saying it, the Vandal does have higher DPS, okay? That's a fact. And it also has more usability, but at the same time, you can turn the normal opticore into just that with mods. And yeah, mods do exist, so I would say it's worth it if you have the time, like I do. But I definitely understand that most people do have a life, unlike me, and actually want to do other things in the little time they play Warframe for the day. If you're one of those people, don't even try for this event. The event's gonna take you 5 hours minimum, all for okay weapon and 4 pretty cool mods, I have to admit. Yeah, now let's talk about the amalgam mods. The amalgam mods are something I didn't look forward to at first. I just thought, like, the first one I saw is just the amalgam shotgun spaz, which is the worst one. And all that it does is, it's a worse version of shotgun spaz, but it gives you some reload speed. Now, I was definitely not a fan of this. I thought that the reload speed, sorry, not reload speed, revive speed. Sorry, the reload speed would have been amazing. I thought that revive speed would only really be good if you're playing in groups, or when you're reviving your cat, which turns out in a mission like a Cuba flood mission, you're gonna be reviving your cat quite a lot actually. So maybe it's worth it if you're running a shotgun. But it does give a decreased fire rate over the normal one and does take a lot more space. Next up I saw amalgam barrel diffusion, which gives me 110% multi-shot compared to barrel diffusion's 120, but gives 60% more dodge speed, and this is a dodge, by the way, I'm doing right now. I mean, like with like a normal Warframe would be like a roll in a direction. With Hildryn on the other end, it's like a charge for shield. Now, actually, a little bit of a fun fact, that's really good for Hildryn, as you can see, because she has a awesome, unique dodge you can use in her ultimate. However, I was stupid and thought this was worthless, since when are you going to be dodging in your everyday life playing Warframe? And, like, maybe with Mesa's Waltz, okay? Since, you know, Mesa's Waltz does make it so that you can only really dodge to get mobility. But I still thought, waste. Okay, wait, we're now on 3,000. If I return to Illusion. Okay, yeah. For a second there, I thought the shields don't train if you're an operator. I don't know. If I had a good operator with an amazing amp and really awesome arcanes, I would have just been an operator while we were just doing the job. I actually think that's pretty good synergy, by the way. But yeah, then next up, I saw probably in my opinion the best amalgam mod, Amalgam Serration, which only gives 40% increased damage. Is very expensive to rank up and takes a lot of space, but not just does it give the damage of Serration, but it also gives increased sprint speed. That's the only way to increase sprint speed outside of like actual modding your Warframe. And that seemed pretty interesting to me, since the 25% increased sprint speed is a big bonus, and if you're not using your primary weapon a lot, you can just put it on trash primary, and secondary and melee only the game, or actually with Fusion, I think that's amazing, since you're only basically going to be using your secondary melee and every... Okay, wait, is these two? Yeah, these are two next to each other. So, you know what? I still think Serration's probably the best. However, Amalgam Organ Shatter is... Ooh, it makes it hard, okay? The mod, which, you don't know, normal Organ Shatter, 90%. Critical damage for a melee weapon. Amalgam gives you 85, but gives 60% more charge speed. This is the first melee mod ever to affect charged attacks, like charged attack speed. And I really thought of a few names of weapons that definitely, I'd say, rely on charged attacks to even be, to even work. And those weapons, Redeemer Prime, Zenistar, and Rack the Dark Dagger. Rack the Dark Dagger because it reflects slash procs on the thing, and, you know, since slash procs are so meta, just being able to get that a lot quicker, obviously, with the Organ Shatter would be a lot better. And if you have a melee crit weapon, like the Destreza Prime, which also has a really good crit chance and charged attack, which also has guaranteed a slash, just sacrificing a 5% crit damage for a lot of usability and technically melee speed, that's second best of them. Okay, something's damaging my canister, I don't know what. No, cats, don't die. So, Yeah, by the way, that charge attack speed does affect the time you shoot with Redeemer Prime. The time you shoot the projectile with the Zenistorm, how fast you do it. It works with a lot of things, and I know this sounds weird, but because of the bonuses, I'm using a mod that now gives crit damage on a weapon that isn't even a crit weapon nearly, just because of the charged increase. Like, I'd almost say it's a optional mod for Redeemer Prime, even though it's not a crit weapon. I mean, yeah, I know it did get the buff where its projectiles can now crit, and I actually don't think it's a big buff, by the way. I know some people are absolutely crazy over it and thinking it's the most overpowered thing on this planet. It's not. It's really not. All that it does is still, even with all the pellets together, you're only gonna have a 10% chance of critting. So it's not worth it to make a crit builder for Dreamer Prime, even with a ribbon, since yeah, you're still not going to really be getting a lot of crit. But yeah, that's just another topic. So in general, the Amalgam mods, since they're also some of the first rewards you get, I'd almost recommend play the event just for them. Now, I have heard people say, I think this was also on a dev stream, but I'm not sure, that the Amalgam mods will return as a rare drop from enemies in the reworked gas city tile set, and I don't know. If it's really going to revisit Jupiter, I'm wondering if they're going to do so much to change the damage, and yeah, they're going to do so much to add new enemies and make everything so much better there. Yeah, it would be awesome to revisit it if you're a new player, but if you're an endgame player, there still won't be reason to go back to it. It's literally just doing like level 15 missions with new enemies. It's gonna be easy peasy, and there's really going to be no reason to do it except for the new mods and potential drops. However, I do have a theory they're going to add like a special type of endgame mission or something to Jupiter, just to make it so that old players and the people that are playing endgame mostly would want to go back and actually experience the new content, because DE really rarely makes content for an entire game. Like, most of the time it's either for endgame players or only newer game players. Like, for example, look at arbitrations. They just... Okay, if you're not an endgame, you can't go into an arbitration or even view it or its rewards. Yeah, if you haven't literally completed every mission in the entire game, you can't even access them. Tough luck. And then you just get Plains of Eidolon. Oh, I'm one of the hardest things in Warframe. But you can unlock me as one of your first missions ever. Yeah. I also have a really terrible quest that you have to complete to go further in the story. Yay. I remember my one friend. He's a really nice friend of mine, probably, and my best of my friends that play Warframe. I'm gonna talk to him in a while. I'm not gonna say his name. What I'm gonna say is, like 3 to 4 months ago, I was doing like the quest with him, like the Gara quest and stuff like that. Back then, like yeah, there was a time like a few months ago he hasn't even unlocked Mars. He's currently a master rank either 12 or 13. And he really liked the game, and he actually got himself Mesa Prime access. And usually in games free, he doesn't spend money. However, he actually didn't end up regretting it. He ended up really liking it, and is now a pretty endgame player. And that's actually doing a lot on our dojo and stuff. Also, with some of the platinum, like a little while back, like when I got the Mesa Prime access, I donated him like a few like stupid things and a few things he really wanted for 380 platinum worth. Then when he got the bag, just to get like a joke revenge, but at the same time to pay thank you in return, he donated over 500 platinum worth of items to me, along with the Warframe I was really desperate grinding for, also known as Gara. So that has to be one of the best things someone's done to me, because Gara is so expensive. Yet he gave her. I gotta say huge thanks to him, and I'm gonna be playing Gara later in the stream just to say thanks because of that. actually really like Gara. The problem with her is that I want to have a really ability-focused playstyle with her, since if you don't know, I love playing like mage classes stuff, along with a melee weapon. But Gara is so energy hungry, it kind of makes it hard for me to keep up her abilities, since you want to keep up her abilities to get the infinite damage scaling and stuff. And it becomes pretty hard to do that. I mean, at endgame, if you have like 100 general rage, yeah, not really that hard, but yeah, it depends. I still think Gara is awesome Warframe. So, I'm going to be doing 3 canisters now. Extracting, then doing another 3. I'm going to stream. I'm going to, what are you doing, Cool Drive? I'm going to end you. I'm going to stream to the Opticore Vandal. I'm going to do that. I know it's going to take a really long time, but I'm actually really curious in the weapon now, genuinely. And if it's not going to be returning for another 6 months, worst case scenario, it's a few free mastery for me. Best case scenario, it becomes one of my favorite weapons. Since it already comes with a cat-listed weapon slot, I don't have to sacrifice anything. And one of my favorite weapons is going to be exclusive, but not a lot of people are going to have it. So, just because of that being able to happen, I'm going to grind for it. Because I do like normal optical raven. It's one of my least used primary use, since I don't usually take it into normal missions. I only take it if I want, like, one-shot a sortie boss or something. But, you know, I'll do it. Okay, great. There's a small spot. Let's just use Haven so I can kill these spiders, hopefully, pretty fast. Okay, that's it. Okay, that's a big one. Looks like he's not happy about me killing his Jordan. Maybe I should take off Haven. That's taking a lot of shots. Oh, okay, there's my shields. Oh no, I'm gonna die now. Okay, and they're killing my cat, What's more important, the cat or the objective? Sorry, cat. Yeah, I know my cat's not dead, but it was either the canister, which I worked so hard on getting to this point, or my cat. So yeah, sorry, Loops. Later today, tomorrow, I might be streaming tomorrow, by the way. I'm just going to get some Kuva. Now, I think a lot of people may have noticed, I'm not uploading a lot of videos anymore, only like doing a stream every 1 or 2 weeks. I think the main reason for that is just because I don't really edit anymore. Whenever I edit a video, I'm not happy with the quality, and what interesting can I possibly make about Warframe? Since I'm not that much of an endgame player, I can't make videos on really broken ribbons, unless I get one of them someday. I'm really good at editing, since I edit on the PlayStation 4 using SHAREfactory, and you know, if I become good at it, I might upload some Brawler content, but yeah, that's not as far as it goes. There's been a lot of projects I've started with the last time, but then I have this problem. I don't know if anyone can relate, but I'm so passionate about the project, but then I just end up don't liking it, and then I don't want to upload it, and then I don't. So yeah, technically, if I have uploaded everything, I would have had daily uploads the last few weeks, but almost daily uploads. I've run 11 videos that are just, in my opinion, not worthy to upload. Not even in the unlisted videos or fringe videos, because those are videos I think like some people might find funny at least, and I just have them there because I just feel like it. However, with a video that I don't like the editing of and I think might ruin my channel for a lot of people, I don't want to upload that and for anyone to even see. So, you know, yeah, I have been trying to make stuff. I think I haven't. By the way, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is the case, but I think we're actually I think I'm getting. I know I do have a double resource. Okay, there we go. For diluted Fermia, usually you get to. I have 4 since I'm a pay-to-win player here. So diluted Fermia is the resource that I'm pretty sure. If I get this wrong, don't begin like thinking I'm terrible. But I think that the diluted Fermia is used to enter the new boss battle. Not sure, but I think that is the main reason of it. So I have max Fermia of doing 100 of these things. I'm gonna be able to do that a lot. Now here is the thing, but here is also the spiders. So let's kill all the small ones because we only need one of these things. If one of those wise razor mods can drop the stance for the new two-handed sword, that's around. It's around 50, well, 25, at least 25 platinum. However, I'm very aware that that price is going to drop so fast. I won't be surprised if in a week it's 10 platinum, but I don't think that you can get it in any other way currently, except from this, and not a lot of people do this. Not a lot of people want to, because, yeah, would you really do so much just for a stance for a weapon you're never gonna use? Yeah, probably not. Ah, okay, as you can see there, that was that shield village I used there saved my life. 4,000 free shields just like that, because I used it in a situation none of the enemies were nearby. By the way, since I know that stream isn't getting any views, but the stream is going to be uploaded to YouTube, meaning people can watch this after it's done, please leave in the comments or stream chat, what do you think about Hildryn? Do you think Hildryn has a place in the game? Do you think that Melee 3.0 does? I'd like to hear some feedback, because the Reddit, well, even, okay, what the heck? Okay, 4 solid, I'll take it. Because, you know, the Reddit is, it's either uploading art, really bad Warframe memes, or just stupid things in general. I do not know what happened to the Warframe Reddit. And whenever I, like, upload a post there, it still stays on 0, so people, like, there's 20 comments on something, but it has 0 likes, and obviously 0, is points, and yeah, it got downvoted quite a lot. I don't know why exactly, but yeah. Furthermore, I'm thinking of other topics I should talk about. I was gonna upload, well, 2 of the videos I still might upload. One of them is a Warframe tier list. I'm kind of worried of uploading it though, since I do think a lot of Warframes I have very personal opinions about. And, like, let's say for example, well, I won't say I hate him, but let's say for example, I hated Wukong. And a lot of people loved Wukong who watched the video. Most people won't actually do the right thing and listen through what I have to say, and then just accept what I have to say, but not admit that is the worst, just, but just, hear me out. That would have been awesome, but no one hears someone out if they say badly about something they like. So, I know that if I upload the tier list, I have very, very weird opinions about Warframes and who is in certain tiers. Like, I can tell you right now, a lot of people are going to be mad at me that Wukong isn't in the lowest tier. And Nazel's in A tier. People are going to be mad at me for that. And I don't want to have dislikes on my videos. No? Okay, sorry, headset went wrong. The only dislikes I have is from salty friends, or just, I don't know, people that generally didn't like the video, but there aren't a lot of those, so yeah. So, I'm pretty happy about currently how it's going. I would have loved it if Warframe, however, could release updates on console quicker. Hildryn came out on PC 2 weeks before she came out on console. Now, is this, in a way, you can say, yeah, that just means PC have early access, but they have so much bugs and things. I don't mind bugs, and there's anyway a lot of bugs even if it launches on PS4 and Xbox One. So, I don't care about that. That's just a lazy excuse of not getting the update out in time. What I care about is that it seems like I'm currently missing out on a lot of the cool things and combos that's already on PC. Why? I don't know, because I'm on console. And I don't have access to those things. So, you know what? I'm not complaining about it, since the update is one of the best ones we've gotten this year. But, another thing I know is going to be a very important topic, and I just remembered it exists. Melee 3.0. Oh, sort of. It's not out yet. It is, though, but it's not. The first phase of it is out, but the entire thing isn't. It's not close to the entire thing. Apparently, this was only something to improve the feel of it. It has nothing to do with the final changes. The final changes can be much bigger, but basically, they did change the feel a lot, and I hear on PC, it's amazing. But almost all the console players I've heard about, I've heard from this new update, and I've gathered a little feedback, that they don't like it. They think it's a terrible update, absolutely terrible, and that Melee is now unbearable and useless on console. That is definitely not true. I don't know who's... there's a lot of people that say it, so I'm obviously not going to mention names, but a lot of people say that they don't even want to use Melee anymore. I can see people who liked the Atarax liking this. This is on console. What you could have done is you could make it so that you're holding triangle switch to the weapon, but then you use the shoot button to actually use the weapon. Well, in Melee, where you switch to it. You will use quick attacks a lot. I mean, you can still using circle, but that's not the best. Currently, it's only circle. But actually using R2, which is an attack that you can use so much anyway, and it's something a lot more comfortable pressing, especially on console. It's just good to have been able to do that, especially with a weapon like the Atarax or something like that, where you'll be basically slam sliding everywhere across the entire map. Now, because of these changes on Melee console, you can't really do that anymore. Since using circle is now the only way to swap your weapon, and that's actually now going to be the way to attack with the weapon as well. Now, I know a lot of people actually also personally use the R2 thing, but a lot of people aren't happy about this. I wish, but I don't know, you probably can. Well, yeah, it's going to be kind of awkward if you press circle to press with the melee weapon, but the circle doesn't do anything with the melee. But I wish it was just something else. Like, I wish you guys are still holding triangle to swap to the melee, and if you do that, it's going to be R2. That would have been like a cool extra thing you could have done if you are using a weapon that you're going to be using for like an entire mission. Because circle is in such a weird place, you have to put your finger in, since you have to do so many other things in Warframe at the same time. No, it's not nice. So, a lot of people, I can see why they don't like it, but I actually do like it. I do prefer the old system. Excuse me. Now, I know you're thinking, well, do you like it or not now? You're being so transparent and not having a direct opinion. It's annoying me. I can take that criticism, but it's really complicated, my answer, since if you're using the Nenkundi or the new weapon, the Tatsu, or anything that is really condition overload, you are going to love this new update, since you apply status effects to an enemy and then can instantly, while in the flow of your weapon, swap to a melee, quickly attack, and then instantly aim again without any animation. Oh, it makes it so nice. However, if you're a player that constantly uses melee on console, no, you're not gonna like it. So, now I know that many there's a reason I've only been basically using Redeemer Prime and Nkondi with the new update, and that's because I find crit weapons to not be enjoyable anymore. I don't think it's fun to use them, since I generally think it's fun to mash circle for hours straight. It doesn't work well with controllers. Also wearies the enemies. This is one of the most boring fractures I've done so far. So, I'm not really happy in general about the melee changes if I was a Atarax user from my head. However, today I actually deleted my Atarax to get the Atomas. I had a catalyst into it. I had a V4 mine to the Atarax. You might be wondering. Why was I so stupid? Why did I? Why would I get rid of a weapon I had 4-man catalyst and everything into? Yeah, it wasn't even in my top 10 most used, but I think it was 8th most used mayonnaise. But why would I do that? Well, just simply, especially with the new meta and everything, the game's shifting away from whips. Even when I had Maiming Strike back in the day, I actually traded out Maiming Strike for a Mag Prime, since, you know, she was unfaulted and I was broke on Platinum. I thought I could use Maiming Strikes and use it as a way to get Mag Prime for free, since I was really looking into getting Mag Prime at the time. Well, Mag at the time, and I didn't really want to get the normal version if I really liked her, because, yeah, then I would also want to get the Prime version. It would just be a mess. I don't regret doing that. I don't regret getting rid of Maiming Strikes. I really don't. Only having a little trip when you do a slide attack for a melee isn't that good at all compared to the condition overload, and especially when the Redeemer came out, I went from a person that would use melee for an entire match to a person that would use my melee to one-shot any enemy in the game and use a very fun primary and secondary. Like, I think if I use Opticore Vandal, it's going to be Opticore Vandal, Staticore, Redeemer Prime. There we go. I should actually try out the Kagaka. I haven't used it at all basically since the new update, and it's my favorite melee weapon. It's condition overload based, does a lot of damage. I have a ribbon for it, but even without the ribbon, man, and the first time I ever got anything in Warframe, it was Mirage Prime Access. That weapon, the Kagake Prime, got me through the game. That Multi Prime was fine, but I never really grew liking to it because I'm on console. By the way, sorry guys, I'm going to eat now. I'm still obviously going to stream and play while I eat, but, well, if you're really loud chewing, which is a big problem I have, I'm very sorry. If there was anyone in the chat or something to say, mute your microphone, I would have done it. But nobody's watching the stream, actually. Is the stream still on? Okay, yeah, stream's still on. Still 0 viewers, 0 comments. Never did get a viewer the entire stream. Well, it's kind of upsetting, but the only people really who were watching my stream was Tucci Biscuit, New Flames Guy, and that one guy that I didn't know who watched me for one stream. I was in the chat a lot. That was awesome. I miss actually having other people in the stream. Where is this fracture? This Fermia event is so tedious and boring, I hate it. I would have preferred not getting this event, and I would have even preferred to collect the Razorback and Armada to get Opticore Vandal parts. That would have worked out much better than this, because, yeah, I went flying around for 5 minutes, not finding anything. And when I do find something, it's 2 minutes of literally sitting around doing nothing. And me just ranting the entire time to try and make it somewhat more enjoyable. Yeah, this is it's kind of getting to me. Kind of. I'm just gonna do this event in my spare time. I'm not gonna do the entire thing on stream. There's other things I can do on the stream that are going to be much more enjoyable to watch. And, yeah. I do still think, though, I'm not going to delete the stream, since I do think some of the things I said should maybe be, like, thought about, maybe, but I don't really like the quality so far. At one point it just said internet is not sufficient to stream, which broke my heart since, you know, yeah, I want it to have good quality. Oh, okay, that's alright, but you know, I was just gonna ask, I would have loved it if you could use your melee in Hildryn's ultimate, but then I thought about it instantly and thought that would be the most broken thing. That would be the most broken thing and make Hildryn the best Warframe in the game. Way too broken. Okay, we have a jackal. Are we just gonna be like, you know, we're just gonna be bombarded by really powerful enemies this entire time that we can't affect with our ultimates, because if so, I don't like it. Okay, oh, there's my shields, yay. Shoot, but it jerk. That's it, it's enough. Yeah, sometimes the ability disappoints me, sometimes it doesn't. When it works though, it's good. Oh, that wasn't a bad one. That was not a bad one that lost. Ah, this is very, very interesting, high quality gameplay. Much going on, you know, with this main event. And it's too late to change it. I mean, not just with changing it, take, like, oh, we have someone on the stream. Hello, whoever just joined the stream. We are using Hildryn currently, doing the Firma Fracture event. So it's been going on for quite a while. Thanks if you can tune in. Oh, maybe you can actually get chat going. Wait, is it who I think it is? Wait, let me actually just quickly look at my phone so I can check. I have a feeling it's Twitchy Biscuit. I have a feeling it's Twitchy Biscuit who just entered the chat and he's going to redeem this entire stream. If it is, I'll be very happy. Please be Twitchy Biscuit. Ah, okay, no, we have Sulk. Hello, Sulk. Oh, no, we have 2 people in the chat, okay. Interesting. There's a second person. Is it Twitchy Biscuit? The legend? Wait, now we have 3 people on the stream. Okay. I have 4 of the people that are joining the stream right now. It's crazy. Once again, for the two people that just joined, we're using Hildryn, the new update, new Warframe, and we're doing the new event to get the Opticore Vandal. Nothing big going on, it's just basically me talking about a few stuff in the game while doing this event, which is, it's a pretty boring event. I don't like how they added it, but the rewards are so good that I can't not do it. Okay, funny. Healing is complete. Yeah, the ultimate actually creates a lot of energy orbs. Wait, is it? Yeah. If it's only one enemy, you'll be lucky to get 50 shields at a time. Okay, 1 fracture left. And then I'm gonna stop with the event now. I really think there's a lot of more enjoyable things we can do in Warframe except for this. Even though I'm gonna do this off stream anyway. But anyway. By the way, when are they releasing Equinox Prime now? I'm pretty sure when Mesa Prime was shown off the December the 8th, then was released the 18th. Equinox Prime was released, I think, let me think. Equinox Prime was showcased the 15th, and it is now the 22nd, okay, we do still have a few days. Yeah, I was just thinking 10 days for the last one and for this one is not there yet. Then I did the math and realized I'm an idiot. Wait, if it's 10 days, I mean, we're probably going to be seeing Equinox Prime 25th. Next week's going to be really busy for me. Not just we and Brawlhalla have the new season and the end of the current one, which I want to grind to, by the way. Shout out to all the Brawlhalla players that are actually watching this right now. But yeah, in general, I am very happy currently with the state of Warframe. A lot of people are hating the new update. I'm really not a person for hate, especially a game that I like and support. And also, I would like to say, I was going to call this Barrow Stream 3, but my last 3 Barrow Streams I didn't like because, I mean, it was called the Barrow Stream, but 5 minutes of the entire thing was actually dedicated to Barrow Couture. And, like, the Kavat stream as well. What more can I possibly do with a cat in a stream? I could just be calling it Warframe stream since it's going on for so long. It's not just that one thing mentioned in the title. Arcane Aegis is actually letting us regen shields while on my outlet. Now, as I'm aware, it's supposed to be 15 shield points a second. That restored around 300 shield points a second, and that it, even though we're in our ultimate. And that can be one of two things. That can either be like a weapon, a boost or something, or maybe even an effect, or it can just be my Arcane Aegis, which it probably is. If so, then it's not even ranked. It's literally an unranked Arcane Aegis. I think at max rank it's gonna be 60. Oh, or maybe I'm just dumb and saw it as 15 and not 15%. Yeah, now that I think about it, I don't think 15 shields a second would be good enough for a gold rare arcane that you get from killing one of the hardest enemies in the game. Yeah. Not really hard, since I know some people are doing it in 3 minutes, but those people are crazy. Like especially the new Ultra. For me, it takes 30 minutes to complete with a friend. And for this one guy on Reddit, it takes 90 seconds to complete alone. It's a combination of amazing skill, amazing luck, and amazing knowledge of the game. Actually, now that I think about it, I can just about run all the, what do you call them? What do you call those mods? The Amalgam mods on Hildryn's weapons, because all I'm ever using is the Balefire Charger, since I love it so much, because I figured out having a max range. Oh, wait, well, that's more diluted for me. I actually want to play a little more now, because I want that Opticore Vandal. What do you say? If there's someone watching the stream currently, please say, should I grant to the Opticore Vandal this stream? Or should I go do other stuff? Oh, okay, they're dead. Sorry for the sounds you're hearing, by the way. Now I am eating. Yeah, I can stream, but I can't not eat. Man's gotta eat. Okay. Okay, actually, how's it going with my night wave standing? Yeah, I still have to do the fishing thing because I don't know what's considered a rare fish, and I don't like fishing in Plains of Eidolon. I have other stuff to do. The Kuva it's fine. Yeah, there's the next wolf cred, as you see. And the further rewards, only the last 5 are really good. Let's hope. Let's just hope that the armor set and everything turns out to be amazing. Because I think the community won't be happy if the armor set comes and people begin unlocking it, along with the arcane and everything, and begin realizing, actually, this is trash. 1 unranked arcane, a bad armor set, bad Shindana, and, what was the other thing it even gave? The emote. Oh, and Umbral Forma, and the Forma bundle. The Umbral Forma, you can only get 1 for the entire time you're playing Warframe ever, and you get it from that. If it wasn't for that, well, I mean, you could see this as a lot of things. You could see it as, that means it's the most worth it thing ever, since it's the only way to get it. But you can also see it as, And you're anyway gonna get it. You're anyway gonna be able to get it from another thing. So. Okay, where are we getting the little? Where are the little spiders? We gotta kill one to get the thermia thing. No spiders. It's actually the first time I'm here and there isn't like 3 spawning right ahead. It's either that or they don't really work when we're on that mountain. I'm gonna shoot the orb randomly. It doesn't look like it likes me. I mean, it's shooting me the entire time and missing. But I don't know. Is that a mod? Is that a mod? Yeah, that's a mod. Let me. Yeah, okay, yay! It's Pistol Gambit. Such an exciting and rare mod. Finally, for actually getting one of them spawning. Okay, that's one record. Okay, here we have it finally. I think the stream would have been so much better if Biscuit was in the chat, spewing out random memes and like feedback actually. Because I've noticed, my live streams, no one watches it basically except for Biscuit. But then, afterwards, the stream like picks up around 60 views over the course of a few weeks. Basically meaning that this entire live stream I'm doing is just to library it, because I know that actually doing a stream won't benefit in any way, but I'd rather go through the stream than go through a terribly long edit and upload. And I don't know why, some people seem to like my streams. I really think a lot of people are watching now, since also a lot of my friends are having the same power problem. It's different times for everyone. Who knows? Wait, what am I? Okay. This weapon core with a little less damage. I've said it earlier in the stream, and I'll say it again. It's so good. I haven't even used another weapon this entire game except for my Redeemer Prime when enemy like the spider shows up, because yeah, once again, while this is a really good weapon and it's really fun, it's not as good as the Static or the Redeemer, since both of those weapons are extremely powerful and broken compared to everything else we have. Okay, here we go. Overshields. Got a nice ult. It would have been sick if we could actually get a bolt for the bonfire charger that would really be good against the spiders and everything. Since Hildryn is just what she is, shield as Warframe, and abilities use shields, it's really possible to use this weapon for literally forever. It was also actually really easy earning affinity for Hildryn as well, since your exalted weapons unlocked at rank 1, and all kills earned for it like only give affinity for it and the Warframe, so it's just a lot and a lot more affinities for Warframe than a normal weapon kill does. So formatting Hildryn and leveling her up seems really easy, which is a nice bonus. It's a really nice bonus. However, I'd still say don't buy Hildryn with platinum unless you really want to or have enough platinum. But let's say you have 325 platinum. What else can you buy that? Actually, by the way, a very commonly asked question in Warframe is from people that have just border prime axes, have 3,000 platinum, they're new to the game, and they're like, what can I do now? Well, I know that everyone's just gonna be like, oh, let's buy weapon slots for my bundles and Warframe slots. There you go. Oh, and a few catalyst reactors. There we go. All you need. I'd actually say there's certain weapons that you won't be getting for a long while, or have a really big grind, or they're a prime. It's worth it to buy certain weapons with platinum. I've done it a lot. For a big example, I really wish I bought the Nidus collection. The Nidus collection, we don't know, is one of the best bundles you can get if you have enough platinum, since, well, that is, either new to the game and don't have any of the things there. Since it gives you an amazing Warframe, along with 3 amazing weapons, an awesome Sindana, an armor set, and boosters. Did I mention those 3 weapons? 2 of them are some of the best in the game, and one of them is a pretty good weapon anyway. So there's no reason. There's not a bad thing about the fact, and they're not really forma heavy as well. Melees in general, in my opinion, aren't forma heavy, unless we're talking about the melee you have a Riven form. I'd say it's mostly not even needed to put 2 forma on a melee. Like, 3 forma at max, even if you have a Riven, because like the dual status mods, you basically always put on melees, and the drifting contact always, and drifting contact only costs like 5, only 5 mod capacity, and it's so good. So, I don't know, melee mods at maximum take 14 to 15 space. Well, yeah, weapon slots, weapon things do as well, but like for a melee, you probably only have 1 or 2 mods that take 14 or 15 space. Well, with a primary, you're pretty much going to have 4 of them, along with really expensive mods for the other slots. With secondaries, you're going to basically have a lot of them that take. With secondaries, it's going to be like 3 to 4 forma for everything. Since the mods like the primed critical mods for the secondaries are so expensive and take so much space. What I mean, by the way, with expensive, when I talk about a mod, is how much you cost to upgrade the mod. Because you can't just get 40,000 endo out of nowhere. I mean, even certain pros always just say, oh, I have an infinite supply of endo. No one has an infinite supply of endo. Even if you have 180,000, you'll be surprised at how fast you can actually lose that if you begin leveling up stuff like a lot of Rivens and primed mods to max. Very surprised. I don't think there's a lot of people sitting around with 180,000 anyway. Unless you really, really play the game too much. Which in that case, I applaud you, but at the same time I'm worried. Okay. So, seal is at 90%. I'm thinking we maybe do a... No. After we do this canister, we're heading back. I'm still gonna have to do 3 of these things on my own. Like 3 entire canisters on my own. But then I'm gonna have Optical Vandal. I'm actually pretty hyped about it. I might make a video about it as well. You never know. I know I'm already going to, since I don't know what the purpose is of me making a video. Since I'm just going to like showcase a really bad build. Like in general, I don't think I should be doing Warframe build videos because, especially with the Nidus one, I don't like the set of the video. Not just is it overly long for a normal video, and isn't really edited or anything, but I don't think it's helpful. That build really isn't amazing. It doesn't even have a forma into it, and it has open mod slots and stuff. That's terrible for a build video. Since I know that a lot of people who watch build videos are like Master Rank 25 to 6 themselves. But then again, why would a Master Rank 26 watch a Master Rank 18 ramble about stuff he doesn't know about? So, yeah, I don't like the set of that video. Then there is also a lot of other things, like, I think, back in the day I did like these really short Fortnite montages. They were like 1 minute long at max. And they didn't really have a purpose. They just had some cringy music. Fine, okay-ish clips, and yeah, that was the entire video. Like, one of them got over 100 views. What? You're telling me a video like that gets over 100 views, but a video I actually spent so long editing doesn't get around? I'm thinking of just returning to Fortnite. I don't even like the game anymore, but it's the only thing that ever gets me views on my channel and subscribers. It really makes me think. So, I think, I don't know, if people request that I do the game, I might do it. However, I don't want to be uploading content on a game and getting clips for a game I'm not good at and don't enjoy playing. Even if that does end up being the most viewed video on my channel. Because in general, I don't care about money. I don't care about fame. I just care about making videos that people can say I enjoyed. And that's it. And if I made a mistake, I'd want to know about it. So that my next video doesn't have that mistake. However, a video like that just has so many mistakes with the entire formula. However, I know one thing, that you don't get YouTubers that become 1 million, they have like 1 million subscribers, stuff like that make Warframe content. The game, I'd say, well, the game does have a lot of players. The game's YouTube community isn't very, very big, since the game doesn't really have a lot of reasons to watch YouTube. You don't see Warframe gameplay videos everywhere on YouTube. The only things you ever see are either builds, reviews, or impression videos. That's it, because no one watches Warframe gameplay. Well, some people do, but not a lot. Because it's, in general, not as fun or exciting or random as other games. Because other games have PvP, meaning that you can fight against the same character 20 times in a row, but each time you do that, it's going to be so much different that it makes your brain think you're doing something else, because your brain gets bored after doing the same thing over and over. But, you know, it doesn't if you do something that's similar a second time, but it's different enough to make you think that's the case. I think with Brawlhalla, that is a perfect example. One of the reasons the game is so fun is that it has, every time you play it, like an online ranked match, you're gonna fight against different people with different characters. Even if it's the same person of the same character, they're going to play differently. And I think that's what's important. And next up is then obviously the really big thing that a lot of people talk about. There's a very big reason that Brawlhalla doesn't have like too many players. I think the main aspect of it is that there's always going to be one person losing the fight. That person losing the fight is very intent to rage in Brawlhalla, since if you lose, like every time you die in Brawlhalla, it's because you didn't have enough power, or you didn't have time to have power. Because you see, in Brawlhalla, you don't just die of an enemy attacking you. You die if you get knocked off the map. You can't die in combat. You die by getting knocked off the map, and you get knocked off the map after you get damaged normally way too much and get hit way too much. There is a way, even if you're on like really low health in Brawlhalla, so that you can complete an entire game. However, if you're fighting against someone who's a spammer or something like that, who keeps on doing the same thing and not allowing you to do things, it becomes repetitive and not fun. And especially, I think not a lot of people like to admit it, but everyone rages in Brawlhalla. Literally everyone. Even if you're not doing it verbally, inside you have like that, I hate this guy. If you get matched up with someone who keeps on spamming a SIG, and you keep on getting hit by it, Like, if someone actually read something, if someone calls something in a game broken, it means that they just lost to it and couldn't counter it. Because broken is supposed to literally be game breaking. Sometimes it's not the case, but some things like people saying axe and gauntlets are so broken, bro. No, that's just because it's easy to lose against. And that's definitely something that's important, since we're talking about the difference between having fun in a game versus not having it. In Warframe, rage is not very common. The only thing that is common in Warframe, however, is grind. So this weapon, this game, does have the same content over and over again. Like this, I've been doing this for, I've been standing on one of these things, pressing R1 and R2 for an entire hour now, busy talking. This is frustrating, but it's boring. It's really bored. And I think that's a very hard decision, but it really depends, because in Brawlhalla, if you're not dying constantly and losing games, and if you're like on a 10 win streak, the game is so much fun. Every time you play the game, it's different, and whenever you beat someone, you get that instant spike of just feeling good after you beat someone. With Warframe, it's like, you kill an enemy, a very stupid AI, you don't get the sense of, let's go, got you. You get the sense of, okay, who's next, what more do I have to do until this mission ends? And then you keep on doing a boring mission, just to get better loot, so that you can do more boring missions, but be stronger. And I think that's a very important thing, because for some reason, I think the developers of Warframe knew this, so then they made bosses and things that keep on knocking you down. Now, this is not something good, because in a game like Warframe, you want to be powerful. However, you get knocked down so much you can't do anything. It doesn't make the game fun. However, I don't think they should make enemies, like, have more health or do more damage. I think they should give enemies more attacks that you need to learn how to actually go against. This is a very important thing, and I know many people might now think, okay, yeah, sure, just make more enemies like shockwave mowers and nullifiers. The game is better without them. No, it wasn't. An enemy like a nullifier is actually good for the game, because if they're not there, you're just going to continuously spam abilities the entire time, and not rely on your weapons. Ancients make you target something that isn't the average enemy, and once again, make huge crowd controls less effective. This is good. No, I know many people might say, yeah, if you like nullifiers, bro, there's something wrong with you. I don't like them, but I think they are a decent game design. So, yeah. Okay, unread message, let me guess it's the... Yeah, okay, I talk 75 plus fracture sealed. I shudder to think what we didn't come out like this. Kids are shutting down sound on their X, knowing that you're out there. Okay. Okay guys, we reached the 75 mark. I think this is gonna be it. Thanks for watching the video, since nobody watched this live. And I'd like to know in the comment section what you thought about this. Anyway, see you guys later. Bye.